violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Here are some other headlines we are following for you.
Let's start it off in Athens. We have new information on up late after the floor of a house near UGA collapsed. It injured 25 people on Friday. Now investigators say that house is unsafe, saying some of the foundation walls are cracked. Some of the exterior walls have buckled.
Wow. So, in Athens, Georgia, home of the Dogs, go Dogs, we took a hard loss to Alabama this past weekend at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which I did a story on, a hookah lounge nearby getting shot up a couple hours after the SEC championship game. But we have stories like this where houses are caving in after, ragers or house parties. These are good stories, okay? These are good stories. It sounds like everybody had a good time. Yeah, 25 people got injured, yeah. But at the same time, they're pretty much overall going to look back at this situation and be like, yo, that was the littest party ever. Apparently there was 500 people there. So it went up, okay? We hear stories like this, and this actually always happens, probably like once or twice a year in Athens, because it's just like so many different parties. And you hear these stories, and it kind of shows you what type of city Athens is, all right? And these are good stories. I like reporting on things like this because nobody ended up getting killed or seriously killed. Seriously injured, but, a couple injuries here and there. The floor caved into the crawl space. So, it reminds you of the college days.
The kitchen floor gave way into a crawl space during a party. Police and fire officials estimate about 500 people were in attendance.
And then we have stories like this, which don't get as much coverage. They're not going to get a news broadcast on this one and whatnot. It is what it is. But a North Athens home ranked with gunfire, but 4 inside the house escaped harm. So, they got out with their lives, and that's so great. It's so good. But it's really getting weird, not only in Athens, but surrounding areas, okay? We've had multiple incidents, like a shooting downtown. There was that guy at the racetrack on the intersection on the outskirts of Athens and coming into Oconee, who got killed by the masked teen brother. Yeah, or he was light skinned. You could tell he was light skinned, but thankfully nobody in this situation was killed. But 4 people in a home in North Athens escaped harm Friday during a reported gunfight between the residents and unknown assailants. Numerous people called 911 when the gunfire erupted about 1:45 a.m. at the house on Laurel Drive in a neighborhood off Whitehead Road, according to an Athens Clark police report. Several officers had gathered at the YMCA on Hawthorne Avenue about that time when they heard the gunfire and went to investigate, police said. As the 911 calls poured in, witnesses told police they saw several men running from the location and got into the vehicle. When police knocked on the door of the targeted home, a 36-year-old resident told police he was not injured and that he was the only person inside the house, according to the report. However, when police gained permission to do a welfare check, they found 3 other men hiding in the house. So he lied to the police about the other people in the house, one in a bedroom, another in the shower of a bathroom, and a third in another bedroom closet. Okay? The 3 hiding in the house were all teens, ages 18 and 19. and they told police they were playing basketball video game, probably 2K22, when the gunfire erupted. The teens reported they did not return fire, but police found bullet casings in an area outside the house that indicated someone at the house did fire a weapon. So it looks like these young men are with a 36-year-old guy. I don't know if these are his parents. I don't know if this is his dad or these guys' dads or father or whatever. But we got a 36-year-old man with 18 and 19-year-old boys, which is weird in and of itself. And the teens reported they did not return fire, but apparently the police say that they did return fire. Police reported finding multiple bullet holes in the house, and officers were able to retrieve 17 bullet casings in a nearby wooded area. Police Lieutenant Sean Barnett said Monday that police have not determined a motive for the attack or if the shooting is gang related. So we got some things going on in Athens. I don't want to speak too much on it, you know. I'm gonna let these dudes get busy on their own, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's just crazy. Hopefully we don't turn out to, you know, end up like some of these other big cities, which we're not even a big city, but you know, you see these things here and there and it's a sign of caution, but you want to make sure that you're aware anywhere you are. So
I'll tell you about a domestic dispute call turned SWAT standoff in Norcross. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Tom Haynes.
I'm Courtney Bryant. It happened at an apartment complex on Beaver Ruin Road. Crisis negotiators worked to make sure the situation, which involved a man and a baby, didn't end in tragedy.
Fox 5's Deidre Dukes joins us live near that scene in Norcross with the night's new developments. Deidre?
Yeah, and we have video of that man, the suspect, actually going live on Facebook with his child in his arms during that standoff. Now, negotiators were able to eventually talk that man out of his apartment where he surrendered to police.
So this guy is involved in a standoff with police at his home with his child and goes on Facebook Live. Now, maybe he's filming it for his safety. I get that. Okay. I get that. But why not just put your child in a place and come out? You know, you're already caught. There ain't no shooting it out. You got your kid there. And I'm glad he ended up turning himself in, because this could have ended like so many situations that I show on this channel.
Y'all, I need help. It's a standoff, police everywhere. I got my son here with me. I'm trying to surrender.
So, you know, he's yadded up. I don't know what he did. Obviously, the police know what he did, and he got his son with him, you know, endangering his child. But anyways, that's here nor there. And he goes on Facebook Live. It looks like, you know, he didn't have ill intentions. But man, it's like, bro, how are you getting caught up so crazy like that?
A Norcross police spokesman confirmed to Fox 5 that the man in this Facebook Live post,
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
is the same man who was involved in a SWAT standoff.
What? You don't know what to do. I mean, my thing is, what did this man do to have the SWAT team out there, and why do you have your child if you're that hot?
Bella Apartments on Beaver Ruin Road in Norcross Monday morning after he reportedly argued with his child's mother.
Mother left the location. Father barricaded himself inside the residence.
Officers say the man's baby was also in the apartment. They evacuated neighboring units and began negotiations. In the 11.5-minute Facebook post, the man is seen walking around the apartment. At one point, he makes the baby a bottle while interacting with people watching him on social media.
They trying to say I'm holding my baby against my will and I'm not. I'm showing them that the baby good.
We were able to negotiate and talk with him.
So it looks like some baby mama drama. I don't know if he had active warrants. It was a domestic dispute. I don't know what happened, if he put hands and feet on Shorty, but apparently she left the area and maybe called the police. And, you know, obviously he barricaded himself in. So he may not even be on that type of time. Like, he may not be on demon time. It looks like he's not on demon time. It looks like he's chilling, you know, trying to take care of the kid, whatever. He got into a dispute with his baby mama, and then she calls the police and makes it an even bigger situation.
I was initially able to talk with them, and then a negotiator with Gwinnett County Police Department came, and they came, negotiated, and it came to a peaceful resolution.
Police took the suspect into custody without incident. He does not live at the residence and was reportedly visiting his child's mother.
So he pulls up on her. He pulls up at her crib, and I guess they set it off.
Several law enforcement officers in Georgia have been killed or injured in domestic-related incidents in recent weeks. A somber
Right, because there was a police officer who I did a story on, and he just passed away. He was shot up because there was a situation where this guy got caught up. The police come in, and he had already shot a 12-year-old boy in the face, and he shoots it out with the police and ends up killing an officer. So they're not playing with y'all in Gwinnett County, bruh. They're pulling up with the whole cavalry, all right? And this is what happens. Because these dudes don't know how to act, the police are not taking any chances, which they shouldn't, okay? I think they did the right thing, you know what I mean? They negotiated with him. They saw that he was a reasonable person, and they got it done. See, they don't do the stories on these where majority of these situations end peacefully.
reminder of the dangers officers face when responding to domestic calls.
This is extremely dangerous, and then just adding all those factors of a young child involved, a domestic involved, as well as a weapon, that's not a good recipe.
Now, that man faces several charges tonight, including false imprisonment and battery. Police telling us that one weapon was found at the home, a gun found at the residence here.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro, looked like a convicted felon. You know, I'm not trying to judge him or profile him, but when you are yadded up to your, like, on your neck, you definitely give off convicted felon vibes. I'm just saying. But you know, maybe it is a legal firearm. Hopefully it is, so he doesn't get violated.
As for that child, we are told that the baby was turned over to its mother unharmed. In Norcross,
I mean, I think the mother overreacted. There's no, I mean, battery, he didn't get charged with an assault charge. I mean, look at, it's just like an example of a lot of sisters be putting brothers in danger. I mean, he could have lost his life. He could have, like, the police could have been over aggressive. They could have mistaken a baby bottle for a gun. It's possible, if that's, you know, the way we're thinking how these things really go down, which we know that's not true, but it could have happened, right? So my thing is, like, y'all over here saying all the police is this, police is that, but then y'all calling the police on y'all baby fathers, which if they deserve to get the police called on them, cool. You know, it is what it is, but it appears that it's not really that big of a deal.
Dukes, Fox 5 News.
Homicide took place less than 12 hours earlier when a robbery occurred outside a bank when it turned deadly. The incident happened just outside the entrance to the Synovus Bank located in the 4500 block of Buena Vista Road.
Wow. So this one is really tough. Business owner killed right outside of a bank in a botched robbery. You would think that the bank would get robbed, but no. You choose to rob somebody right next to a bank. It's weird. I mean, the line of thinking, I always say this, you know, brothers, we're just not that good at crime. And the reason why I know this was a brother is because the store owner was Indian. And I've shown you videos on videos. One where that woman shot the Indian man because they, you know, their kid basically got kidnapped in a carjacking. And then another where that brother followed that Indian man after he, you know, had the winnings at I think it was like in New Jersey or something like that. Followed him from the casino or whatnot. 50 miles. Brothers, not all, obviously, but a lot of us have envy when it comes to these Indians and Asians. We have envy for other minorities. That's why they passed the Stop Asian Hate bill, because a lot of us are, you know, inflicting harm at these nail salons. You know, I've done countless videos on these chicks destroying the nail salon and, you know, just wreaking havoc, stealing from the stores, robbing the bodegas, robbing the gas station. Like, we all know who's doing that. You know what I mean? Like, every blue moon, there's like a random white dude who thought he was gonna be able to rob the gas station. But the majority of these situations, unfortunately, it doesn't bring me joy to say this, but it's brothers.
The bank is right next to the Columbus Police Department's East Precinct. News 3's Sakra Gray joins us now with more details. Sakra.
Teresa, 45-year-old Amit Kumar Patel was the victim.
Amit Kumar Patel. And, you know, I know plenty of Patels. I actually dated a girl whose last name was Patel. The Patels are everywhere. They're everywhere. They're business owners, you know, gas stations, little stores, hookah shops, vape stores, all that. All that, man.
Of this deadly robbery. He was the owner of the Chevron gas station on Buena Vista Road, just about a mile from the scene of the crime. He was gunned down this morning in broad daylight at around 9:30 a.m. Muskogee County Deputy Coroner Charles Newton pronounced Patel dead on the scene just after 10 a.m. According to police, the shooter took the deposit Patel had on him. Muskogee County Coroner Buddy Bryan knew the victim and his family personally and says Columbus has lost a hardworking, upstanding citizen.
So it looks like he left the bank and a brother was staking him out. Columbus, Georgia, South Georgia. The brother staked him out outside the bank and took his life. Dang, that's cold. That is... I mean, he must have knew his routine. I mean, that's why, like, if you handling that type of money, you can't be lax. You got to switch it up. And obviously, I'm not victim blaming, but you need to be moving like... If you own a legitimate business, obviously do your taxes and all that kind of stuff, but the way you move in the streets needs to be like drug dealer street mentality. Like, yo, you know, it's some extortionists over here and it's some robbers over there, some jack boys over there. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's the people I can serve to over here. Like, it's people who gon', you know, shop at my business. You have to move like low key, like out of the way, because these dudes will see you in a routine and they just get envious. Like, that nigga always lead a bank with $10,000. Like they get, I'm telling you, this is what happening, bro. I've been hated on too. I get hated on all the time. You know what I'm saying? And I try and stay out the way.
Columbus Mayor Skip Henderson says law enforcement is working quickly to get the offender behind bars.
You know, it really hurts to know that an innocent man was gunned down in broad daylight, just trying to do his job, deposit money from his business, and go on to work, just like all the rest of us try to do.
The police department, our sheriff, every law enforcement official in our community is absolutely committed to trying to make a very quick arrest and make an example.
Let's start making example out of these niggas, bro. Please. Excuse the language, but start making examples, because, like, people are living in fear. Like, we don't want to have to move like that. Like, we don't want to have to, looking over your shoulder. But in this day and age, like, these dudes are so brazen, broad daylight, in front of a bank, cameras. Like, what is going on?
You put them away for the rest of their lives if you can.
Please. But then you'll have some of these criminal justice reform people protesting. Oh, he was only 18 years old when he did it. Oh, you know, the man antagonized him. He called him the N-word before he shot him, so that's why he did it. Like, you will have these, the judge was racist. The white man said put him, away for the rest of his life if we can. Chicks like Kim Kardashian, advocating for the, his release, like she did with Julius Jones, who killed a man with his friend, and now he acting like, I don't remember, I was there, and this, that, and the third. Nah, bro. Got witnesses at the scene, said that it was 2 men, not 1. Fry him. I say fry him.
And Teresa, like you said, this was Columbus's 65th homicide so far this year. That's 21 more homicides than the city had back in 2020.
21 more homicides than they had in 2020. Okay? 21 more. That's almost a 50% increase in homicides. I mean, these dudes it's not getting better. In 2022, it's gonna be worse.
Teresa, right back to you.
All right, thank you, Sacra.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.